Hi guys. Yesterday we have discussed on the step types. Also, we have completed to some extent. Only three are left, which we will be discussing once we cover these agents. And also, I have shown you how we can send the notification through function module using standard function module. You can just populate the receivers and can send that message, that standard text message, which can also be written in different languages. You can send that messages to different users. So this is what we have covered in the last class. So today we will be covering some part of agents. I will be giving some overview on agents as well. I will be discussing on how to fetch dynamic agents, and if possible we will be doing one simple scenario. So for that, first let me tell you what is agents. So agents are the person who take action on the work items. So as we know that we have been using user decision step, where in expression tab we were just selecting workflow initiator as the agent who will be receiving the work item. So the person was receiving the work item in the inbox and the person was able to take the action on that particular work item. So agents are the persons who take action on the work item. So these agents can be divided into three categories. First one is possible agents. Second one is responsible agent. Third one is actual agent. So I will be discussing each one by one. First coming to possible agents. Who are the possible agents? The agents who are eligible to take the action on the work item. The agents who are eligible to take the action. These are called the possible agents. I will give you the example. One simple example. Now, who are responsible agents? The agents who have been elected to take the action on the work item, or take the action, just leave it. These are the responsible agents. Now who all are the actual agents? The agents who actually take the action on the work item is called the actual agent. Now we have one more category called excluded agents. These are the agents who have been excluded from taking the action. These are called the excluded agents. Now let me give you one example. Suppose in a company there are suppose 20 managers. So I have one work item supposed to approve the sales order. So for me, the possible agents are all those 20 managers. Means all 20 managers are eligible. They are authorized to take the action on that work item. So they are called the possible agents. Now coming to the responsible agents. Out of those 20 managers, I have selected only 10 managers who belong to the North India group, suppose, or who belong to the sales department group can only can take the action on the work item. So 20 people or 20 managers were eligible to take the action, authorized to take the action. So out of 20, I have elected only 10 who can take the action actually. And actual agent, it means that out of that 10, the work item has been sent to all those 10 managers who have been elected as the responsible agents. Then out of 10 managers, suppose only one manager has taken the action on that work item. So the person who has actually taken the action on the work item is called the actual agents. Then coming to the excluded agents, suppose out of those 20, I have excluded 5, that 5 managers are not going to take the action. So these 5 were excluded agents. So I have made that 5 agents as excluded agents, and I have elected 10 people as the responsible agents, and the person who is actually taking the action out of those 10 is the actual agent. So suppose 20 is the possible. Out of 20, I have selected 10 as the responsible, and out of this 10, only one has taken the action called the actual, and out of these 20, I have selected 5 as the excluded. So where we keep this possible, where we keep this responsible, and actually the person who actually take the action, and where we keep the excluded agents. Let's see. So means every time we were selecting workflow initiator as the agent, so we will be doing something dynamic. We will be fetching it from the table, and also in agents we will be covering org structure, and we will be seeing how this particular items can be binded to this position, job, work center, and org unit. I think it has got hanged. Let's see. Now here in control, in task, we will be seeing who all are the responsible agents and who all are the excluded agents. In expression, whatever we select, They are called the responsible agents. These are the responsible agents. So in excluded, whatever we select, these are the excluded agents. Now where is the possible agents? In agent assignment, the people who have been assigned here in the org, like in the agent assignment, the people whoever will be assigned over here are called the possible agents. So this responsible agent should be under the possible agents. So this responsible agent should be subset of possible agents. If you have defined possible agents as A, B, C, D, then only I can elect responsible agents from these A, B, C, D. No other people can take the action. If we have defined the possible agents, then the agent assignment cannot be the general task, because we have just given the limited area. We have defined the possible agents. We have defined the area of the agents. So we can, the agents who belong to that possible agents category or that particular area can only take the action, since the task is not general user. But if you don't define possible agents, then we have to make the agent assignment as general task, so that any user is eligible to take the action, but only responsible agents will be taking the action. Any user is eligible, all the SAP user ID are eligible to take the action, but whatever we have selected in this responsible agents will only take the action. So this is how possible agents and your general task is categorized. If we make the agent assignment as possible, if we define some users as a possible agent, then we cannot make the task as general, and if we make the task as general, we cannot define possible agents. So it is in explicit manner. Okay. So any doubt on this, about this agents? If you haven't understood the types of the agents, you can raise hands. I will be discussing with one example. Okay. So what I will be doing, first I will be creating one workflow. Okay, before that, first I will be creating one method where I will be dynamically populating the agents from the backend. R-Sphere G-Test Work 5. Here I will be creating one method called fetch agents. In parameter, I will be explicitly, as exporting parameter, I will be sending the agents, whatever we have defined in the method. And the type will be, you can go through this table SC11WYSYST. I'm just trying to show you the type which we have for this user's ID, like LKDA and Kumar. These are the user IDs. Also remember one thing, that for this user ID you need to append it with US, else this work items won't be sent to the users. US should be appended with the user's ID. It's not. Okay. Okay, so here we are having this agents, SWP agents. So what we will be doing, we will be searching this particular data element as the table types. Also this we can just copy this type. Now coming to this class builder, give this table type and go to the method. Okay, we need this structure also. We can just test it standalone. We can see two fields are populated. So first I will show you with this hardcode, then I will create one table, and from table we will be fetching the data. First let me clear you with the concept of this possible and responsible agents. Now in workflow I will be creating one activity step where I will be fetching this agents. So first I will create one task, and then I will create one activity step where I will be having that user decision. It will be similar to user decision step where I will be receiving the work items. Select it as background. And make it as synchronous. Now save it. So it will ask for you the default binding, so I'm just clicking yes, because in container the agents will get populated. You can see in workflow container X agents is present. So here you can see X agents. So here I have got the agents. I'll save the workflow and activate it. It's activated. Now I will create one. Okay, first I need one dummy method. Well, here I have to create one dummy method. I will show you why we have created this dummy method. There are two options to create the work item. First one is user decision, or second one is having the activity step. So I just don't want that user decision, rather I will be creating this activity step. And for that activity step, if you want to make it dialog, then you need to provide one method. But you don't have any method, you just need that work item. On selecting that work item, suppose you want to launch one web intro, so that particular work item, to get that work item, you have to associate it with one dummy method, so that you can get one activity step with the with dialog. It will be behaving as a dialog step. So on just clicking that, if you want to launch some web intro screen, then I will be showing you that in later classes. So this is how you can this is one more way to get the work items. First one was user decision, and the second one is activity step. So just select this activity and click on this create task. This won't be the background processing, because we want it as a dialog, so don't check this background processing. I'm just refreshing the workflow, because it's not able to recognize that particular method. So I will be creating one activity step. Just select activity and create the task. Select the dummy method and don't check this background processing. We want to make it as dialog. Just make it synchronous and move back. Now once you move back, you in expression tab, you have to give the responsible agents. So here in expression, I will do the binding with the this dynamic agent which we are fetching in the previous step. We have in previous step first we have fetched the agents and we have populated in this container element in this X agent, and in the second step we are dynamically means attaching or binding this particular agents table with this expression tab, and this X agents will behave as a responsible agent. Also, you need to give the agent assignment as general task because we are not giving any possible agents. So you will have to select this as general task, otherwise the work items won't be sent in the inbox of the user. Now click on enter and thus save it and activate. Activate it. Now we will test. First, I will go to the workflow log. There you can see first step was fetch agent, second step was dynamic agents. So in agents first let us see with whom this particular task is pending with. You can see two IDs are there. So we have populated in fetch agents in that method two IDs. So and that two IDs were associated with that particular work item. Therefore, that work item is sent to these two user ID. Going to the technical log, in the container, you can see in X agents we have two entries. It is behaving as an internal table, and we have two IDs, US LKG and Kumar K, which we have populated in this method of the class. So this is how you can just bind this particular task work item with the agents. So I will show you in business workplace as well. I myself and Kumar K would have received. So dynamic agents will be the text line. So you can see dynamic agents is there in the inbox. So this is how you can populate the dynamic users. Now I will show you, any doubt till this? Then I will show you the possible agents. Yes, Rajesh?
A little bit confusing in that possible agents and that
General task?
responsibility.
Okay.
When we select the possible agents, we have to not select the general task.
Okay.
And when we select the general task.
Okay. So you can see here. Okay, let me go to this workflow builder. You can see here we have selected the agent assignment as a general task, right? Let me open this.
Yeah.
So in expression tab we have selected X agents. So this particular X agent is the responsible agents. Okay. So this responsible agent should be subset of what? Possible agents. But we have not defined here in agent assignment possible agents. We have not defined any possible agents. So possible agents will be all the valid SAP users ID. So within that all SAP valid user ID, we have selected the responsible agents. So how we will maintain that all the valid SAP user ID? Through this general task. If I am selecting this task as general task, it means that all the SAP valid user ID are eligible to execute this particular task. So out of those eligible users, I have selected some of them as the responsible agents which are present in this expression tab. So I have selected some of the responsible agents, and the work item will be sent to only this responsible agent. So out of this responsible agents, the user can take the action. Now anything else?
No, means in possible agents, for example, there are the 20 possible agents are there, SAP IDs are there. So we are not selecting the generalization tasks for them.
Right, now I will
And
show you the
for the responsibility,
tell me.
for the responsibility agent only, we are selecting the general task.
No, let me show you again. In suppose this is the possible agents.
Okay.
Suppose this is the possible agents, and here, okay, out of this possible agents we have selected this responsible agents. Okay, so here we are having possible agents. This is the possible agents. Out of this is a subset of this response. Sorry, not this, it is wrong. This is the possible agents. Out of this we are selecting the responsible. It should be within that only. This is the responsible agents. Okay, this area all are eligible to execute the task, and out of those I am selecting 10. Suppose there's 20 users, I am selecting 10 users as the responsible agents. Okay, now I will show you how we are maintaining. Suppose here in this task, going to this agent assignment, you can see it is saying me general task cannot be edited by all users. Can be edited by all users. So before maintaining possible agents, you have to make it, you will have to remove this general task, select something else other than this general task. Now select this task and maintain the possible agent. Suppose out of this I am selecting the user, and here suppose I am selecting as LKDIA. So let me, once I will show you this, you will get a clear picture. Now you can see LKDIA has become the possible agents. It means that you can see here in expression tab, I have selected what? LKDIA and Kumar K, but in possible agents, only LKDIA is present. So only LKDIA will receive the work item, not the Kumar K, because Kumar K doesn't belong to this possible agents. Got my point?
Okay. Okay.
So if I execute this, let me show you here. If I execute this particular workflow, then only Lakshmi Kedia will receive the work item, not Kumar K, because Kumar K is not eligible to execute the work item. That's the reason Kumar K has not received the work item. Going to the workflow log, in the agents, you can see LKDIA, because Kumar K was not the possible agent. So the area which I have defined, this particular area in Paint, whatever I have defined this particular area is the possible agent. So in possible agents only LKDIA was there. So this responsible agent should be the subset of possible agents, not the outside. Okay.
Okay.
So any doubt? Tell me if you have any doubt. If you have not got, if you haven't understood.
For the responsibility agent only, we are creating the general tasks only, no?
No, if we are not defining the possible agents, then we are making the task as general. If you are defining the possible agents, then you cannot make the task as general.
Okay.
If we are not defining, the responsible agents will be there always. Responsible agents will be there irrespective of the general task, but you have to make the area out of which the subset will be, out of which the main area, like suppose it's an ocean, you have to capture some parts out of that ocean, from where it will be fetched. This responsible agent, the small circle will always be there, but this big circle you have to define. Either you can define it as general task, or you can define it as the possible agents.
Okay, I got it now.
Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Rajesh, thank you. Yes, Hitesh?
What was the difference between the two steps?
Hitesh, it's not audible. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. What was the difference between the two steps?
Difference between
We
the
had
two steps?
in the workflow we had two different steps. Right? We did
Right.
two activities.
Right, right.
What was the major difference between the two?
First step was to fetch the agents. In fact, second step is also an activity, but here I have selected this step as background processing, and the second step was selected as a dialog processing. So in second step I won't be receiving it as the work item, but in second step I will be receiving that particular thing as a work item. This was the difference. So the thing which you want to receive as the work item, you have to deselect the background processing, then that particular step will behave as a dialog step, and whatever is written in this whatever is written in, where it is, okay, here in task, in this work item text, you will be receiving this as the title in the work item. And you can see here background processing is not checked, so this has become the dialog step. So also once you want to make this particular step as dialog, you will have to give one method. So I don't want to do anything in that method, nor I want to execute anything. So I have created one dummy method with the blank statement. So I have just associated that method because I want this particular work item. So that's the reason I have created that dummy method. Once I will go through this WebGen Pro, I will show you why we need this. Because once you click on this work item text, I will be designing one WebGen Pro screen there with approve and reject buttons. Because you can see in user decision, we give the decision that approve and reject, all those decisions are given. So here I cannot define the decisions. So what I will do, once the user click on this work item in the inbox, the decisions will be created or designed in the WebGen Pro screen, and the person, whenever he clicks on approve, the relevant logic will be written in the WebGen Pro screen, WebGen Pro itself. So for this WebGen Pro, we actually create this particular activity step with this dummy method.
My confusion is like, who will receive the work item? The possible agents in the second step, or from the first?
Always we assign agents to the dialog step, not the background step. Always we assign, because the person will be receiving work items for taking the action, and dialog step is actually created for taking the action. So to whom the background, whether you do you want to send the background things to the users? Never. We don't send this background processing to the user. Rather, we send only the dialog things, dialog processing to the user, so that the person can take the action. So in this particular step, I want the person should take the action. So that's the reason I have associated this agents with this particular step, because this step was created as a dialog step. You can see here in fetch agents, this was not the dialog step, it was the background processing. Therefore, no agent assignment was done. In expression tab, you can see it's blank, and in agent assignment also it's not green. So we don't do agent assignment in background processing, rather we do it in dialog processing.
But you showed that there are two agents, right? One was Allocadia and there was another. Then where were they in the?
Sorry, it's your voice is breaking.
There were two agents, right?
One was responsible. You are asking about that? Responsible, possible?
No, there were two possible agents, right? Sorry.
There were two responsible agents and one possible agents. Let me show you. In this X agents, we were having two responsible agents because we have fetched two user ID from that method. That method has given me two users ID, and in this agent assignment, I have only one user ID. So only LKD, I have defined the area that, okay, if I define here as an possible agent as Kumar K also, then Kumar K will also receive this work item. So here I am defining the possible agents. You can see Kumar K in Lakshmi. I am just defining the possible agents. So this responsible agent should be the subset of this possible agents.
These are two possible agents, right?
Right.
In the
in expression, these are the responsible agents. These are the this X agents is a responsible agents. These are called responsible agents. And the person out of these two, suppose LKD and Kumar K both have received the work item. So suppose Kumar K take the action. So Kumar K becomes the actual agent, because once he take the action, the work item will disappear from the inbox of the Kumar K as well as from the LKD. That work item will disappear from both users, because work item instance is same. So once the execution or the action is taken, once that particular work item is completed, that work item get disappeared from the inbox of all the users with whoever it is pending with. So this is done by the system itself. We don't do it. It is done by the system. Tell me.
I'm still a little confused.
Okay, let me explain you once again. Okay, once again, let me explain you. Just see this paint. Okay, see this paint. I am just showing you in paint so that you can come to know. This first big circle is the area which we define. We can define it as a general task or the possible agents. Okay, two options, as a general task or possible agents. Suppose I define it as a general task. General task means any SAP valid user can take the action on that work item. So they are authorized to take the action. They are eligible to take the action. So suppose here, first I am taking the example of general task. So this is the general task area. Now out of this area, I have defined one subset which is called as the responsible agents. This small circle is defined as a subset and called the responsible agents. So in that expression tab, that X agents are the responsible agents. So this particular small area becomes the responsible agents. Let's see. Here I have A, B, C, D. So these are the responsible agents. And in general task, suppose all SAP valid user ID there. All SAP valid user ID. Suppose there are 10 employees in the company. Okay. So all 10 employees are eligible to take the action. So B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So these are the 10 employees who are eligible to take the action. Total 10 employees exist in the company. So all SAP valid user ID are eligible to take the action because I have selected this main area as the general task. Now out of this main area, I have selected only A, B, C, D as the responsible agents. So the work item will be sent to only this A, B, C, D. Not this E, F, J, H, I, J. This work item won't be sent to E, F, J, H, I, J. Only A, B, C, D it will be sent to. And out of this A, B, C, D, now again I will have one circle. Only A take the action. Only A take the action. So what has become? This full area has become the general task. This small circle, second small circle has become the responsible agents, and the third circle has become the actual agent. Now out of these possible agents, suppose this general task, there are two options. I can make it as general task or I can define as the possible agents. Suppose I am not selecting all SAP valid user ID. Rather, I am selecting only let me make new one. So this was the first example where I was having this particular task as a general task, means all SAP valid user ID were eligible to take the action. Out of this general task, I have defined this responsible agent and then the actual agent. So possible agents can be of two types. Either it can be a general task or either you can define some of the users within that possible agents. So first I have shown you the possible agents as a general task. Now I will show you how to define the users. Suppose this is a possible agents. This is the responsible agents and this is the actual agents. So now I am defining the possible agents. Suppose A, B, C, D. Only these users are the possible agents. Only 4, not all SAP user ID. So here in responsible agents, suppose I am defining only A, B, only two. So this particular work item will be sent to only AB, but ABCD can take the action. But the item won't be sent to CD because the agents, whoever is defined in responsible agents, that particular work item will be sent to only those users. So now this actual agent is suppose A. Now let us say here this CD won't be receiving the work item. Let us say I am defining this responsible agent as C also. So sorry, C not. Suppose P. P is SAP valid user ID. P is exist here. P is SAP valid user ID, but it doesn't comes under this possible agents. So P, even if I have defined P as the responsible agents, but P won't be receiving the work item because P is not defined in the possible agents. P doesn't comes under this possible agents. If I would have defined it as general task, then P would have taken the action. But I have limited the area. I have limited it with ABCD. So now P cannot take the action. Got my point, Hitesh?
Yeah. Okay.
Even with this workflow builder, I have shown you in this in possible agents. Before, let us suppose if I remove this, in X agents I have defined suppose LKDA and Kumar K. These are the responsible agents, and in possible agents here I have defined two user ID. So only these two can take the action, not others. Even if I defined here in responsible agents as Priyanka, suppose US Priyanka, so Priyanka won't be able to take the action because I have limited the area, limited the possible agents as LKDA and Kumar K. So Priyanka won't be able to take the action. Means won't be receiving the work item, not take the action, she won't be receiving the work item, even if I have defined it as the responsible agents. So this was the one step to how to define the possible agent, and the second was and the second one was how to define it through the general task. So there are two ways to define the possible agents. Either you can define the user's ID or you can make it as the general task. So you have limited the area with two options, either general task or with the IDs.
And the method you assign into this task, right?
Uh,
216.
Method, this dummy method.
This is the main method. Okay. And on the okay.
Sorry, your voice is
Can you
breaking.
go back?
Okay.
Can you go back?
Yeah.
And in background, one step back.
Background.
Yeah, background task.
Yeah, if I select this background, then it will turn to green, but I don't want it as background.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Can you back one step on?
Okay.
One more step back. Previous step, I mean.
This workflow.
Yeah.
Workflow builder.
Yeah. Double click the first one.
Okay.
Okay. Here, can you click on this task to one time?
Okay.
Here you assign fetch agents, right?
Right. So this is the.
Here it will.
Please tell me.
In the method you have fetch agents, right?
Yeah.
That will right now it will read the method and get the agents.
Correct. First it
So
will. Okay, tell me why we need.
We are just getting the agents here
Right.
from this step, right?
Right, and
Then
we
in the next step in the dialog we are
binding that particular this agent, whatever we have fetched with that responsible agents as an expression tab in the expression tab.
okay. Binding is done in the next step.
Right.
Here it just executes the method
You can see here in binding, this task is actually responsible to return this agents. You can see here in binding, this task has actually returned this X agents, and it has come in the workflow. Now in workflow I have these agents, and in the second step I have populated this agents with this expression. So I'm just using that agents, okay?
Right. Yeah, that's where my confusion was. You are getting the. Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I'm clear.
Okay, Hitesh.
Thank you.
Yes, Praveen?
Yeah, these X agents provided by SAP by default, because we did not create a workflow template.
Sorry, what is provided by SAP?
That binding is done with X agents.
Yeah, right. Binding is done by SAP by default, but we have. You can see here once let me show you the binding from. This is the binding from task to the workflow. You can see from task it is returning to the workflow. So this task has the value X agents and it is returning to the workflow. And in task.
No, but by default. By default we are creating, like sales order and all workflow template.
Right.
But here we did not create it.
Workflow container element, right?
It is provided by SAP.
You are telling about workflow container element, right? Yeah, it is. If you want to do the binding by default, you can do it, because SAP tells you whether you want to do it or not. Because by comparing with the type, it actually says you whether you want to do it or not. If you want it, then you can just check it, or else you can define it manually also. I have just checked that default binding, therefore I have got all the container elements as X agents by default by the SAP. But if you want to define it with different elements, different container elements, then you can define with different container elements and do the respective bindings as well.
Okay.
Okay. So, Praveen, you got the clear picture of this responsible agents and this possible agents? Are you clear with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, clear.
Okay. So this was important actually to know the possible agents and this responsible agent, because many times in companies we do face a lot of problems with this agent assignment only, because many times in production system, in quality system, the work item is not sent to the users. So we need to check whether the agent assignment is general task or not, if the possible agents is not defined, because many times we don't define possible agents in real time scenarios, because possible agents is like static things. We if suppose some users have left the company or some users have again joined the company, then suppose you have 10 workflows in the company, so the administrator will have to go through all these 10 workflow and will have to statically remove the IDs and attach the IDs. So these things are not done in real time. We don't assign actually the possible agents, rather we make it as general task only, and we filter it out with the help of responsible agents. So the area we define it as the general task, the big area, and the small area, the responsible agents, we make it as dynamic. We fetch it from the table, rather we can even fetch it through rule. So I will show you how we can fetch it through rule also. So this is how we do in this companies. So the agent is actually made it as a general task. Yes, Raman?
Yeah, hello. Actually, suppose we define some agents, okay, like possibly a responsible, whatever it may be. But that user has left the company or he may retire, like that it happened. So now I want to assign a new user in the place of that previous user.
Okay.
And I want to forcefully trigger the work item to that particular new user.
Yes, definitely.
So
it can be done. Yes, definitely. Actually, we do like that only. Many times you can see the people, the configuration people, what they do. They generally maintain the table. So what we will be doing, we will be maintaining one table. I will be showing you that scenario. We will be maintaining one table with the user IDs, with the level, suppose level 1, level 2, level 3. So suppose one user has left the company, you just need to change the table. You don't have to touch the workflow. Only you change the table because the workflow is ultimately fetching the agents from the table.
Yeah,
So
but no. Already that work item has sent to the previous user, but now he is not there to approve it. So
then you
now
can,
I want to read.
okay, you can go to the SWIA transaction and can forward that particular item to the new user. You will have to forward it to the new user
Oh,
because it is
SWIA.
pending with, right, because it is pending with that users, na. So if you want to if the new workflow will be triggered, then if you change the table, then the workflow will be sent to the new user.
Yeah.
But if you want
Yeah,
to
got
send
that.
the existing items, then you will have to do it through forwarding. If you will have to forward the items. I will show you in the troubleshooting section how this can be done. There is suppose there, if you want to send to the specific users, you will have to go to the transaction SWI5. This is how the troubleshooting is done, because okay, if you are asking, I am showing you. Here you will have to give the user ID. Suppose LKDI has left the company, and I want to see the items which have been lying in my work list. So there, what I will do, I will just copy all the items and will run one function module. There I will forward that all the items to the respective users. Suppose here completed work of items to be completed. Once you execute it, you can see here all the task has come over here. You just have to press Ctrl Y and sorry. Suppose you want to send respective to this task, I am having these many work items. Suppose this task is for sales order. So for the sales order task, I am having these all work items. So you need to copy through Ctrl Y, just copy all these items and then go to the function module called forward. This SAP WAPI has provided number of function module with the help of which we can interact with the workflow. So you just have to select this and press F8, and here you will have to first build one program, because you can see here it is actually only one work item ID. So I will be building one program. In loop I will be calling this function module and will forward the work items. So suppose I'm showing you how to forward one work item. You can just write one program to forward all. I'm sorry. Just suppose this is the work item. So these are the troubleshooting section which I will be showing you later.
Okay, no issue. Just I'm asking now.
Okay, you can see here I'm in between. You can just let me complete. See, here is the user ID to whom you want to send, and this is the current user ID, and I want to send this particular work item to Kumar K. Okay, because LKD has left the company, so I will just execute it. It will go to that user ID. Okay. Return code is 0, it means it has gone to that user ID. And message also. You can see work item this has been forwarded to Kumar K.
Okay.
These are the troubleshooting sections. So, yeah.
My second question is like till now we haven't created any business object. I mean in BOR, SWO.
Business object will be discussed in event section. In event, once I discuss, once I start events, first I will give you overview on full ABAP class, then BOR, then I will start events. Okay.
Okay, events. You will set example with BOR in events.
Right. We actually use BOR. I will show you how to use events present in BOR. I will show you how to create methods. Yeah, we can do it. I will show everything. I will show how to create event in class as well as in BOR, because we use both in real time. So I will be showing you both. Okay.
Which is preferable, like when classes anyway, it's like OOPS concept, which is going forward to latest version, coming versions, and BOR is a old concept. Like so, which one is preferable normally in workflow?
Basically, we prefer ABAP class, not BOR. Because in BOR, when you create methods, you can see it is giving me the editor, which is very hectic. Means it's very hectic to write the code in that editor. But in ABAP class, this ABAP editor is provided, so we write the code in ABAP editor. So always you can see, maybe if it is very old workflow, then they would have used this BOR. Otherwise, whatever new workflows are built, we build it through ABAP class. It is very good. And even like this macros, in BOR we use macros, but in ABAP class it is not mandatory that you have to use the macros.
Okay. And second thing is like in if you see the example of sales order saving in a table, right? In a user exit you have written the code and you have saved that into custom table, and after that you have written commit work, right? So normally it's not preferable to write commit work in any enhancement normally, like if you implement any enhancement or body something else, so it is not preferable to write a commit
Where
work.
I have written commit work?
If you remember that sales order saving in a custom table example, I think in
Okay.
third class in Monday I think.
Oh no,
Okay.
see, I
In
have
that-
written one statement called modify the table, and I was committing the work of updating the database.
Yeah. Anyway, like SAP standard will do the commit work. Like, I mean, if we come out of that class, whatever we define the, okay, I think we execute a work item. There it is going to say, right?
Right.
Okay. I got it. Yeah.
Okay. Any more questions? Okay, fine. So I was clear with this responsible agents and this possible agents. So once again, I want you to get clear. Whatever we define in agent assignment, it can be done with two types. First one was general task and second one was possible agents. We have defined this possible agent with two user IDs, but we don't do it in real time because we don't want to make it static. Rather, everything is dynamic in companies. So we make it as general task, and in expression, whatever we select is that becomes a responsible agent. Now, what is the major problem which we face in companies? Suppose this responsible agents by some means or by some problem or the table maintenance was not done or whatever what was the problem, you have done the agent assignment as the general task. So you have limited the area that okay, all the SAP valid user IDs in the company will receive this work items, and in expression you have just defined the responsible agent. So this responsible agent was fetched from the database, like the step which we have created previously, and there's just the previous step where we were fetching the agents from the database, from the method. Sorry, from the method. We were not fetching it from the database, rather we were just we have done the hard coding. So suppose these agents were not maintained in the table and the responsible agents comes out to be blank, then what will happen? The items whichever you have defined will be sent to all the SAP valid users ID. Suppose we have 1000 employees working in the company, so it will be sent to all SAP valid user ID. So this is a very big or drawback of this general task, and it was not solved yet, but we have taken out some alternatives. It is my experience I'm sharing with you. We have tried to take out some alternative out of this general task, so that if no agents is maintained by some problem, then that task should not be sent to all the users ID, because it is a very big problem. Suppose it is in approval process, and if it has been sent to all SAP user ID, then it will be a very big problem in the company. So you have to ensure that if you're making it a general task, there is a big risk, because if it is like for all entries, if you don't see the initial, if whether that internal table which is to be compared, if it is not initial, then all the data will be fetched from the table. It is actually behaving similar to for all entries. So what is that alternative? I just want to discuss that. What is that alternative which you need to do? Suppose here what we were fetching in X agents in the previous step. So in the task, in this method, if you click on that method fetch agents, it won't you won't be able to navigate. You will have to click on this object type, then only you can navigate. If you're trying to click on fetch agents, you won't be able to navigate to that SC24. So going to this fetch agents. Suppose here I have populated this particular US Alcadia and Kumar K. So suppose these two users ID doesn't exist. Suppose this I am fetching it from the table. Tomorrow I will show you, not tomorrow. Okay. I will show you in the next class how to fetch from the tables, and if suppose the table maintenance is not done and this X agents comes out to be blank. So let me check whether X agents is blank or not. So I will check it through initial. So what I will do, I will check whether it is initial or not. If it is initial, then what I have to do? I don't want that it should be sent to all users, because if it comes out to be initial, then all that work item will be sent to all SAP valid user ID. So now here what I will do, I will send this particular work item to WF batch. So just what you have to do, make it as WF batch, US WF batch. Then what will happen if any user doesn't comes out or the maintenance is not done, then that work item will be sent to WF batch. So from, if it is sent to WF batch, then from SWIA you can at least forward that work item to other users. Once the agents get maintained, you can forward that particular items to other users. Even you can just go to SWI5, which I have shown you. In that user ID, instead of that LKD, write WF batch, and you can get that particular items. Then just copy that items and can forward it. This is the support point of view which I'm discussing. Like so that you can at least have that work items only in WF batch, because this WF batch user ID authorization is not having with all the users. Only the administrator can open this WF batch. The password is known to only administrator. So at least you can ensure that okay, the items are not sent to all the users. So it is only hanging up with this WF batch. So after, once the users are maintained, you can go through this SWI5 and can send that work items to the original users. So this is how you can at least ensure this drawback of general task, correct this drawback of general task. So any doubt on this? Okay, fine. So now here, as I have done the hard coding, so first we will create one table. In SC11, I'm creating one table. Here I'm having the agents. In the next class, I will show you with the level, how to send it with in different levels. I'm activating this table, and now I will maintain this table. So I'm creating some entries in this table. You can see 3 entries are maintained in the table, Kumar, KLK and Priyanka. So the table maintenance is suppose done. Now in that workflow itself, in this fetch agents, instead of this hard code, okay, instead of this hard code, I will be fetching it from the table. Then I will loop through this X agents. And I will concatenate this US with this IDs. As I told you, we need a US for sending the work items, otherwise the work item won't be sent. Now I have concatenated and populated to this X agents. Okay, what is the table name? Okay, it's agents. I'm sorry. Okay, it's agents. What is the table? Gets into. Now we will test it standalone. Why it's taking time? I hope I have activated that particular class. I'm creating one new internal table. So I've created one new internal table. You can see here I'm getting three IDs with US appended as US Kedia, as Kumar K and Priyanka. So now I will test the workflow. It is already there. We have this fetch agents in that workflow. So we have fetch agents in this workflow, so we don't need to change anything. Going to the workflow log. In agents, the three agents should come. Only two agents are coming because I have defined two agents as a possible agent. Therefore, Priyanka is not coming. You can see here in agents, I'm having only two IDs. Why? Because I have defined that particular task as a possible agents. So that's the reason it is not coming. But in this log, in technical log, I can show you the agents which we have fetched. Okay. In table, all three IDs would be there. In XAgents, you can see three IDs are there, but only two have received that work item. Why? Can anybody tell me why? I have already told you why it is. Yes, Ramana?
Yeah, in second task you have assigned only two users or possible agents.
Okay, so that's the reason this Priyanka is not able to receive the work items, right?
Yeah.
Correct. So this is how this possible agents and responsible agents works. I hope everybody has got a clear picture of this possible agents and responsible agents. So this is how you can even dynamically fetch the data from the database. And in the next class, I will be showing you how to like send the work items in respective levels. Suppose level 1, level 2, level 3. We are having 3 levels, and in first level suppose 2 users are maintained, in second level 1 user, and in third level suppose 1 user. So in first level the work item will be sent to 2 users. Once the user out of those 2 clicks or execute the work item, then that particular work item will be sent to the next level approval. Then once the second level approves, then the third level. When third level approves, it will end, the workflow will be complete, and the suppose you are having the requirement that sales order should go through 3 level of approvals. So that we will be building up. I will be taking this simple scenario and will be showing you how to do that. Yes,
We are discussing about that agents. Then agents will be planned. Then we are sending that one to the batch user.
right?
Like agent is associated with one personal number. Is it correct? Like if agent is planned means like hello.
Yeah, agent is associated with what?
Personal number, like agent is
Right,
means that
correct.
personal number.
Right. So
Okay, like if personal number is planned, then can't we get the position for that one, like from the table?
No. In this LKDIA, this SAP user ID is the ID through which we log into the system. But we do have the personal number assigned to this SAP user ID, but we cannot have also. Many times it may happen, but in real companies it never happens. But once we are in the development phase, many times what happens, the personal number which is assigned to these IDs are not maintained. So if you are having this personal number, like in SAP user ID we use US LKDIA. If you are maintaining it as a personal user ID, then you will have to maintain it as P. Like suppose P space, suppose 00058 is your personal number. So you can maintain like this. Two characters should be there, capital P and then space. So if personal number is not maintained, then and if you are maintaining like this as a responsible agent, like we are fetching like SAP user ID, if you are fetching agents as a personal number IDs, then if personal number is not maintained, then that it will be sent to WF batch as well.
There, why can't we check the position and some other person may be occupied with that position? I guess, like if the person is not available, so that position may be occupied with some other.
Yeah, right,
person. So,
correct.
Yeah, that's what my query is.
Correct. If you are doing responsible agent with the position, then the person whoever is assigned to that position will receive the work item. Because in position we have tagged that responsible agent with the position, not the person. So if that suppose manager A has left the company and manager B has come, so I have tagged the responsible agent with the managerial role, manager position. So that work item will be sent to that the new user only. But I have not tagged this user ID with the position. Rather, I have done it hardcode. I have done it through this database table. So maybe the table is not maintained. So it may happen that it will come out to be null. If I would have selected this position, and if I would have tagged it with some position, then the work item would have sent to the new user ID. But here I have,
normally,
tell me.
why can't we follow that procedure? Like, why are we using these agents? And there may be a chance of like errors. So why are we not following that one? Like, that would be the standard.
In position also, like it depends upon the company. Like you can even maintain it through tables, because in position what happened, you don't have some option like this 3 level of approval suppose. So in table we can maintain it like, okay, for first level or through this company, this user should be getting the work items, and suppose company code is 9000, suppose ABC is getting the work item. For 9001 BCD is getting the work items. So these particular variations you won't get in these positions. Positions are like, okay, only manager will get the work items. So if you tag it with manager only, then it will come to only 1 level of approval. If you need more than 1 level, then you will have to take
then also we can do the coding, but I guess there may be some other scenarios, like, maybe like not only
It is totally depending upon the requirement. Like whatever is the requirement, you have to build it accordingly. I can show you the options available. Now building is up to you, because I can't give you big requirement whatever we are having in the companies. In fact, what I will be discussing next, this level of approvals, it is one of the requirement in the company. So I will be showing you that. So it is depending upon you how you take up the requirement and how you build your workflow.
Okay, and one more thing, can you go over the task properties? Hello.
Just give me a second. Yeah.
No, not for the task. Like we just saw that general task.
Okay, attributes.
And
That is the attributes.
Attributes. What are all the other things?
Yeah, I have discussed this also. I think in hello. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm just asking about the remaining tasks.
I have already discussed this, but I will discuss it if you want once again. This general task is if you want to send the if you want to define the possible agents as the SCP all, it should be eligible for SCP all valid user ID. Then you can make it as a general task. If you select general forwarding allowed, it means that you can forward the items whichever you have received to any SAP valid user ID. It means that suppose I have received this work item, so I can forward this work item to any users. And this general means any SAP valid users. Now coming to third one, general forwarding not allowed. It means that if I have received this work item, then I cannot forward the work item to any user. I can only forward the work item to the possible agents. Suppose Kumar K and Lakshmi K are the possible agents, and Lakshmi K has received the work item, but Kumar K hasn't received the work item because he was not defined as the responsible agent. Then Lakshmi K can forward the work item only to Kumar K, not any other SAP valid user ID. So this is how general forwarding not allowed behaves. Now forwarding not allowed, it means that what I have received in my work item, I cannot forward that work item to anybody, nor the possible agents, nor the general users. Then coming to this log. Then coming to for this logged for instantiation, it means that this work item, whenever you execute the workflow, the work item won't be instantiated and that work item won't be getting executed during the work item. So we never use it. Suppose you want that this work item has some problems, so you cannot delete it. You can just check this logged for instantiation, then this work item won't get instantiated. Even if you doesn't want to execute also, then you can check this logged against execution, then that work item won't get executed.
Okay.
So any other questions on this agents? Yes, Ramana?
Yeah, actually you said like the levels in approval, right? Then how many levels will be there in SAP workflow?
It is upon the requirement. If suppose company wants that the work item should be sent through manager, then once the manager approves, it should be sent to partner. Then if partner approves, then it should be sent to DFM. So it is upon the customer requirement. You can define 1,000 any number of levels.
Okay. Well,
It is upon the
okay.
requirement only. I will show you
Okay,
that
I mean,
scenario
like,
in the next class, how to do that.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, tell me, Rama. Continue. I have stopped you.
Yeah, actually, like, I mean, as I read, after the starting of this training, I read in somewhere like only 8 levels of approval will be there in SAP workflow. So, I mean, if I want to, I mean, send or work with like 15 or 20 levels of approval.
Do you
Then
think
how
that
we can-
in companies in real time also the workflow will be sent through 15 level of approvals? That particular workflow will get completed in 6 to 8 months. Obviously. Means never it is done. Maximum it is done with 3 levels. Max to max.
Yeah, actually, like, I'm working in working for sale. Actually, my client is sale. Okay. So actually here it's like 15 to 20 levels, I think.
Workflow is sent
like,
through 15 levels. Means the person will be suppose I execute the work item, then it will send to second, then third, then fourth, like that 15 levels.
I don't know how they did. Like now, I mean, after completion of this course, maybe I can able to analyze it, or maybe in
I
between of
think
this
something
course I can analyze.
something else is done, but you are confused with this level, because I don't think in companies there will be 15 level of approvals. I
Okay,
think you are confused with this. 15% would be receiving the work item. Is it like that? 15% will
Okay.
be receiving the work item.
I actually really real scenario I don't know, but they have.
You
Let me
you can
ask once.
confirm. Yeah, you can just confirm whether 15 persons are receiving the work item or it is going through 15 level of approvals. Approvals should be there. The word approval should be there. Whether the
Okay.
work item is going through 15 level of approvals or not, because it is really amazing that it is going through 15 levels of approval.
Okay, let me confirm first. Then I think we'll discuss in Monday class.
Okay. Maybe some companies require that. It is just upon the requirement. We cannot say anything, but it's amazing that they require this 15 level of approvals. It is just upon the company.
Okay. Okay. Let me confirm first.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, then see you in the next class. And one more information, on Monday we won't be having any class because I will be out of station. So on Tuesday we will continue with this level of approvals. I will show you 3. You can build more, 4, 5, how many you want. So just that scenario we will develop, and if we have some time, we will see how we can assign agents through role. We will create one role, suppose managerial role, and how that particular